the way I trade, that's a bit difficult. It gives you discipline.
Hello, Ketan. How are you, sir?
I'm good. And yourself?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Thanks for asking. So, if you could introduce yourself to the community, that would be appreciated.
My name is Nizet Ewulu, and I am based in South Africa, mainly in Johannesburg. And yeah, that's me.
Okay. So, are you a full-time trader, part-time trader?
No, I'm a part-time trader, but I'm working towards being a full-time. But right now, I'm just a part-time trader. Yeah.
Okay. This fits in with your work or career.
Sorry, please come again.
You're fitting in trading with your career or studies?
Yeah. So I trade in between work, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. So what pairs, what instruments do you trade, and in what style do you trade?
I mostly trade like foreign pairs. Majority of the currency pairs. Wherever I see a trade in the week, that's the trade that I'll take. So yeah.
Majors or minors or crosses? Any particular ones?
Mixed.
Just you look across the board, and if it suits your strategy, you'll trade it. Okay. So, are you a day trader, a swing trader? How long do you hold your trades normally?
It depends. I can hold a trade between 4 hours to 4 days.
Okay. So you're a swing trader.
So, yeah.
Right.
Swing trader. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, what brought you to FundedNext?
So I looked at most of prop firms, and the ones that I assessed, I went through, didn't really meet my trading strategy, because most of them wanted you to make like 8% in 30 days, in 60 days. But the way I trade, that's a bit difficult. I make on average between 1 to 6% a month on average. So obviously I would fail all those. If I had to take any of those challenges, I would obviously fail all of them, Disney. So when I came, I fell onto FundedNext, and I found that there's no time limit. Basically, you just need to make 25%, although it's a bit extreme. But yeah, it suited my needs a bit more in terms of
your style. Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
there's no pressure as well when trading to think, I need to make 8% in a month or in 30 days. So
yeah,
the freedom.
It's a difficult task, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So you're on the express model. You're looking to target 25%. But of course, there's no time limit, so you can take your time and trade only the best setups. Great. Yeah. So, can you tell us a bit about your strategy? What time frames you use and how you look to enter and exit?
I mostly use the 4-hour time frame. That's the only time frame I use, actually, because the 4-hour allows me to do quick analysis and not spend so much time in front of the chart, given work as well. And I think my strategy is basically it's mean reversion. So I trade pullbacks. That's all that I do. So reversals. I wait for the market to extend in the trend direction that it's going in. Then obviously markets don't move in the same direction forever, and then they have to pull back and calm down at once upon a time. So I trade those short movements basically in the market.
So how do you identify when a push lower or higher is about to mean revert back to a moving average or some kind of average price?
I combine RSI and pivot levels. Okay. So I combine RSI and pivot levels to indicate predict when the market is most likely to reverse.
Okay. So if the market is oversold or overbought, say for example 20 or 80 on an RSI, you would look to fade that move back into the range.
So,
right.
So if the market is at 70, I'll be looking to sell that market to sell that market, given that it's at 70 at a given pivot level. So resistance 2, maybe the second resistance of the pivot level. That's when I start to look for reversals, or pivot 3. That's when I start to look for reversals as well. Yeah.
Okay. And these are standard indicators on TradingView and MT4. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're just basic indicators that you just throw there and it does everything for you. Yeah.
Okay. And you enter and you analyze on the 4 hour?
Only on the 4 hours. So I don't do multi-time frame analysis.
Okay. And how long would your average trade take to hit profit or stop?
Anything between 4 hours to 4 days. So I open one trade a week, actually, 1 to 2 trades in a week, and then because my lot size is so small, I can literally let my trade run the whole week. And yeah.
Okay. So what do you say your lot size is small? What percentage of your account are you risking per trade?
Like 1%. 1%, yeah.
1%. Okay. And your average win, your average risk reward would be something like?
I go for 1:1, to be quite honest. Yeah.
1:1.
I don't try to be too greedy. Sometimes it's less than 1:1 because I do end up winning most of my trades. It's just that there's those days where it's just a bad trading day, honestly, to be in the market. And yeah, but on average, I win most of my trades because I don't trade much. It's literally 1-2 trades a week. There are weeks where I don't even get entries, so I wouldn't trade those weeks.
Okay. So what is that criteria then? Literally, if the RSI is not overbought or oversold, you just won't even consider entering a trade?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Okay. I wouldn't. Okay. Even if the setup does look good, even if it's at a certain pivot level where I would be interested in going in, as long as the RSI is also not there and I'm not getting the two indicators are not complementing each other, I wouldn't take a trade.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Obviously on the H4 that doesn't happen that regularly. So and for that reason you're able to you're able to analyze the entire FX universe, I imagine. So okay.
Yeah. But it doesn't take. It takes me less than 10 minutes to just screen through all the different markets because I know exactly what I'm looking for. So I don't have to spend a lot of times on the charts.
Yeah. Do you use Bollinger Bands or anything like that to see any?
I used to use Bollinger Bands, but I found that pivot levels and RSI work much better together. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a particular favorite pair or a pair that gives you the best results?
Sure. I wouldn't say I have a favorite pair, but I do have a worse pair.
Yeah. What's that?
I think what is it? It's NZD CAD.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Kiwi
CAD. Yeah. Kiwi CAD's a strange one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's a very strange one. For some weird reason, it's just a weird one for me.
Yeah. They're quite highly correlated, so they probably don't move that quickly, do they? They probably just meander and mean revert, and most of the time. Okay. So we've talked about. Sorry, go on.
Now I was going to say the nice thing about the 4 hour is that obviously those signals there on higher time frames are much better it's a much more realistic price than your 15 minutes and your 5 minutes time frame. I actually tried to trade the same thing this month on a 15-minute chart and it was horrible.
What about the daily? Have you ever considered trading just the daily time frame?
No, I actually haven't. I haven't considered it, but maybe it's something I should try to look into as well. Yeah, I should try to look into the daily time frame. But I think there's so much pressure in the whole trading industry to trade 15-minute charts and your 30-minute chart.
Oh yeah.
That everybody, as soon as they come in, they want to trade those time frames. Yeah,
it gives you that quick dopamine hit. I guess that's what people are looking for. Whereas you can use the H4 and just be a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more planning. So you say most of your trades are winners. Obviously, you must have some losers. How do you manage those losses? Not just from from a financial point of view, but how do you manage it from a sort of psychological point of view?
So I think the nice thing about prop trading is that it gives you discipline, because you've got your 5% drawdown in a day and 10% overall loss. So how I control my drawdown is, you'll be surprised if I told you that I don't trade with a stop loss.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't use stop losses. I tried trading with stop losses and it was just horrible. So I always know the direction of the market that's going to go. I'm good. I can predict it. But in terms of when the market is going to turn, I don't know that. I'm not in control of that. No. So how I control that is that I take small lot sizes, and obviously I average my entries.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So do you take partials and you re-enter?
Partial. Yes,
right.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's say if the market is at support at the RSI is oversold at 70, and then the market is at the second resistance of the pivot point, I would take an entry there. Mm-hmm. And look, my target is literally the next pivot level. So if I take it at support 2, I'm exiting at support 1.
Yeah. Okay.
So, or if I take it as if I sell at resistance 2, I'm getting out at resistance 1. So it's just that movement to the downside. But if
any chance of resistance or support, you take partials. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you move to break even at that point?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So basically that's just it. If it moves away from me, the drawdown is really not much. I've been on a trade. I'm on a trade. I got in on Tuesday or Wednesday. It's been on drawdown, and but look, the drawdown is so small that it doesn't really even affect you don't really notice it. So just wait for that movement as well, and then that's pretty much it. So that's why as soon as I average, I go in again. As soon as the market just moves back to my first entry, I think I can get out with profits.
Sure. So if the trade moves away from you, you will just manually close this trade at 1%. Okay.
Sorry, come again?
If the trade does move away from you, okay, or against you, you would close it manually at 1% loss?
Yeah, I'll close. I actually don't close it until. So this is the rule that I have. I let the trade run until Friday, which is the last, because I can't hold over weekends. I let it until Friday, 5 p.m. my time, which is GMT2 South Africa. So until 5 p.m. If that trade is not a winning trade, if it's a losing trade, I take my losses, I move on, and I wait for the next week. Yeah, because I know that, look, markets, it will reverse eventually, but I just don't know when it will reverse. If it doesn't reverse during the course of the week, that's a losing trade. I move on from it.
Yeah. Okay. Because as we know, Fridays generally do pull back into a range, so that probably makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
And the markets tend to move. They move very well on a Friday for some reason. They do big moves. And what helps me manage, like psychologically, what helps me not to go into panic mode is my lot size. So I think your lot size obviously determines how quickly you can lose your money, or how quickly you go into 5% drawdown or that 10% overall loss. So I haven't been, I've had the same account since December, and I haven't been able to go into, to have the same account from December. I think it's over 5 months.
Yeah,
that in its own is actually quite a big achievement.
It is. That's quite an achievement, to be honest with you. Yeah. I think a lot of people would like to be able to do that. Yeah. For sure. It sets you up for when the market is favorable and allows you to make money when you can. So, okay. So, I mean, you've given us a lot of good insights there. Any more advice to traders out there who are struggling?
Look, I think trading is just a game of patience. Hey, it's not a quick get rich money scheme. It's just like any profession. Even with my strategy, every day I work to try and improve it. Obviously, it's good enough, but there's obviously other ways to make it a great strategy. And that's just what I'm.
Are you still back testing? Are you still journaling every day?
Yes, I'm still journaling every day. So I wouldn't say I'm back testing it now, because it's the only strategy that I use. But obviously there's still ways to make it better. So yeah, I'm trading it live, and I'm also back testing at the same time to find ways that I could make my entries more like way more much better than what they are right now.
Okay, all right. Any suggestions to FundedNext? Could they improve the Express account in any way, or any other offerings?
Geez, I hate the news trading, eh?
Yeah, I think is that still the Express account still doesn't allow news trading?
The evaluation, I see they removed it, but the Express account, it's still there. So without news, the time difference kind of made it difficult for me to be able to keep up with the news times, and I don't really trade news. Sometimes I just close my trade. If when I close my trade, I'll be like, oh no, like last month. A week before my payout, there was one trade that I was in from Friday. I think I opened it on Tuesday. And then on Friday, I had to go out, and I was like, I'm just going to close this trade because I don't want to be looking at the market while I went out.
Yeah.
Not knowing that the time that I was closing the trade was just 5 minutes before the news. And I think I made about 3.5% in profit, or 2.8, something like that. And it was just frustrating for me to lose that and not get paid out, knowing that I don't even trade news. And then I just couldn't look at the time and closed it before that. So I think maybe they could look at your trading behavior, because it was literally just that one trade, and see, okay, does this person trade news? I mean, one trade was a bit, and that's just not it. So I think if you remove the news component from the Express model, I should be at least 15% up on my valuation, on one of my valuation account. But because of news, I'm actually only 8.8% up. So you could already see the difference, the percentage that I've lost and the progress that I've lost just because of that
rule. Okay, well maybe they'll look into that then with your feedback. Yeah, because like you say, they've removed it from most of the accounts, so maybe the Express is not. So okay, well, thanks, Kaiten. I know we didn't manage to see any of your charts, your trading view charts.
But how now? I could share my screen. Let's see if I can...
Yeah, that would be a good way to finish the interview.
This is going to be most likely on my laptop. Let's see if I can try. So I'm going to try and join on my laptop as well, because right now I'm on my phone. Just try and join on my laptop as well and see what happens. If it will allow me to join on both devices, then I can share my screen. Can you see my trading view?
Yes, I can. Very clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is the trade you're currently in?
Yeah, so this is a trade that I'm currently in, but I'm in a bit of a drawdown on this trade, but now I'm moving into profit, actually. I mean break even. So the first time I took the trade was here on this level here, right?
Yeah.
As you can see, but if you can see here at the close of this candle, this big push to the downside, the next candle RSI kind of entered into the oversold
I see that.
region.
Yeah.
So, and as you can see, this is support 2 of the standard pivot level. So I took a short there. I mean a long there, sorry, I went long there.
Yeah.
And it kind of then just pushed down from that level. The market kind of pushed down to the next level, which is here.
Yeah.
Which is then support 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I took another long position at support 3, and as you can see, the market is now moving back up to my first entry.
Sure. Yeah.
So as soon as it hits this, or even if it's just slightly close to this, my first entry, I can close, because this would have made me enough to cover that loss there.
Yeah. Sure.
So it's going to be a minimal loss. And also the reason why I used the pivot levels is that, so I kind of did some back testing. Well, I'm a data analyst by profession. I do a lot of statistics, and statistics, if it makes sense statistically, I believe in it.
Sure.
So
The statistics, I don't know where it is, but I kind of shared it with my cousin. Maybe I'll bring it up later on. So there's the chances of the market reaching these levels decreases at each level, right?
Yeah.
So at support one of your
pivot.
Yeah. So at support 1, it often will reach your support 1 or your resistance 1. And then it will, I think support 3 was I had about a 17% that it reaches that weekly, every week. And then I think support 2 was about 30 something percent. And this was tested over 42 weeks. So this was over 42 weeks.
And this is on all pairs?
This is on 2 pairs. It was on Euro USD and GBP JPY.
Okay.
So and those I tested on the major pairs actually to see what it does, and it kind of worked out on the major pairs. So I was like, okay, if it works out on the major ones, definitely should have the same thing on the minor ones. But then again, this is trading. There's nothing perfect. There are times where it just does its thing and it goes well far ahead than what I expected. But on average, most trades, I take about 10 trades a month. Most of this is what happens. And
okay. Yeah, I mean, statistically, FX does mean revert. So especially correlated pairs like Kiwi and CAD. So yeah. I notice you're trading your least favorite pair at the moment.
Yes. It's the only one that actually, so I take 2 trades a week. I'm trying to calm it down to 1 because the more trades I take, it makes it difficult to manage my drawdown. Sure. So 2 trades, 1 trade makes it makes it much more easier. Let's just show a trade that I took a couple of weeks ago that didn't go my way, just so you can see what happens. So this was USD ZAR. This was just a trade that didn't go my way. So it's a trade that I lost here. This is it. So I took it at the third support. Third resistance. Yeah. So I went short, and as you can see, it just
continued all the way
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was just because of this big push here was news. It was news. So that's one of the things where you don't have control over news, because that's the market acting in an unnatural way than it should normally act. Because on a normal day without news, this should have mean reverted already. Sure. Yeah. But news kind of pushed it up there, and other stuff may have pushed it up there. I think it was CPI news. So yeah.
It was 11th of May CPI.
Yeah. Well, on another day, could have pushed it very well on my side, and then So I trade, as you can see with this trade, as I went in here, I would have exited at the next pivot level. That's it. If the market continues moving, then it continues moving. That's not in my control. I don't care what happens after that, because I don't also want to be too greedy and then I lose the profits that I've made.
You've got a fixed exit criteria, which is essentially the next support or resistance level. Yeah. So there's no emotions, there's no decision making. It's all based on levels. Excellent.
So basically the charts tell me what to do, right? Yeah. If all my rules are met, I'm basically trading rules. Then I just go in and that's it.
Sure. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that. Let's see how this. So you're hoping for price to push back into that S2.
So it's almost there. It's because even with this trade, I've already made profit. I'm already in profit, because from this move to that move, my drawdown now has been reduced. Obviously, I'm still in profit, but I'm just waiting for it to hit my first entry out of the trade. Yeah.
Okay, Kason, thanks for sharing that. That's should be useful to many traders.
Oh, and one more thing. Another thing I look at is these big pushes, right? Because when you see a big push like this, I usually know that this is an unnatural movement.
Yeah,
it shouldn't have. It shouldn't have happened. So this is not how the market moves. Yeah.
Okay, and that price is likely to retrace back into the inefficiency. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. Mean reversion is by far the highest probability type of trading, much better than trend trading.
True.
Maybe more traders should look to trade mean reversion than trends. But okay, well, thank you for your time. Wish you all the luck with this Express account. Hope you hit the 25% profit target soon.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. If you do, I'm sure we'll speak again. So good luck with that. And
thank you.